Good day, all. On behalf of Cricket West Indies and the team here on the ground, I just want to say thanks to all the media for taking time out of your busy schedules to join us for tonight's press conference. And we know that with the time difference, it's slightly more difficult to connect with us. So we really appreciate when we see you guys in the chat, especially when you come prepared with questions. I won't give such a long info because I think that everyone that's on the call is fairly aware of the protocol that we use, but I will encourage you that if you have questions prepared for Mr. Shamar Brooks, if you could raise your hand in the Zoom group chat from now, that will just give us a better indication of how many questions we can take and how long the engagement will be. Without much further ado, let me just say good night to Mr. Shamar Brooks and thank you for taking time out of your own busy schedule. I know the time here in Pakistan to speak to the Caribbean media. We're always very appreciative.
No worries, Dario.
We'll start today's proceedings with questions from Mr. Akeem Green. Akeem, I won't put a limit on the amount of questions that you can ask, so please proceed.
Hey, Brooksy. Look, the first ODI against Pakistan, you guys were close to winning. It could have gone anyway. Given the fact that before the series, many persons may have written our West Indies giving up strong Pakistan are at home, has a belief growing that given how close you were in that first match, you potentially could still come back in the second one?
Yeah, I mean, winning is a habit. And I mean, we just come off a very good tour in Netherlands and the guys are in good spirits. And I mean, to come into the first game and to put up a total of 305, I mean, it speaks volumes about the progress we've been making over the last 5-6 months. Yeah, to come back and do it again, I guess we just got to trust the process. We've been working very hard as a team. A lot of discussion going on about our games. And yeah, once we go out there and play what we're supposed to do, I think we'll definitely come up with another good game in this second ODI.
Pre-series, a lot of talk about how the body's going to hold up with the heat. After one match in these training sessions, how are you guys holding up?
Yeah, but actually it was pretty tough. It was not as bad as we thought it would have been though, hearing the amount of degrees down here in Pakistan, especially in Multan is, but I think the guys did exceptionally well in terms of how they held up coming from, you know, the contrasting conditions coming from Netherlands. I think we'll be fine going into this next game.
And my final question, a reasonably good start to your ODI career. How are you finding it? Batting at the top and getting some good totals under your belt?
I don't find it much different really from Test cricket. I mean, it's just an opportunity to go deep, play the role that the team has given me, and I've been there majority of the times with Shea Hope, who we all know his stats speak for themselves, and he's been guiding me along very well. So to me, it's been a nice challenge, different challenge, and I've been enjoying it.
Thank you, Akeem. I see one more raised hand. However, I'm encouraging anyone that does have questions prepared to please raise your hand as soon as possible. Otherwise, this will basically be the last raised hand of today's engagement. So, Codlin Jr., please proceed.
Hello, Shamar. Congratulations on your 70 that you made in the innings yesterday. But how are you finding ODI cricket since making your debut back in Jamaica?
It hasn't been bad thus far. I wouldn't say I've had a bad start to my ODI career. Playing in different conditions against different teams, whether they're ranking up the order or down the order, it's been good thus far. And I guess I've just been putting these experiences under my belt and trying to learn as quickly as possible in this new format that I've been playing.
And do you like balls that go outside the off stump or stay on the stump? Which do you like the most? Because we see in Test cricket that you like to chase them that go outside, but do you think you need to make that adjustment in Test cricket in playing balls that are threatening your stump more so you could be even more successful in that format?
Well, I think for Test cricket it's basically just being a bit more disciplined. I think that's where it fell down, as you said, with some of those balls chasing outside the off stump, looking to score. So, I mean, if the opportunity does arise again, I mean, it's just about being more disciplined and having proper shot selection. In this format of cricket, where guys tend to bowl a lot straighter, because I guess with room, it's easier to score. Is a big difference to me between the two, because you don't want to be samey in this format. Bowlers tend to, I guess, work the variations, so it gives you more opportunity to score in this format of cricket than in Test cricket, where guys are trying to be as consistent as possible.
Shamar Brooks, we in the Caribbean here appreciate your great innings and the good start that you have made to ODI cricket, and we only want to wish you the best and encourage you to keep going on and keep looking for ball that is coming to your stump and get rid of them. Take care, my brother.
Thank you, Conley. Appreciate it.
Hakeem Green.
Yeah, I just want to know, given the pitch, it looks really good for batting, given that both sides would have got over 300. What's going to be key for getting wickets on this kind of pitch? It's going to be cutters. Sometimes the guys, when they went length in that last match, they traveled the distance, and that probably could have been the difference in West Indies pulling off a victory. But where do you believe is going to be a good area of attack as a bowler on this pitch for the second ODI?
Well, it'll be interesting. First of all, we have to wait to see if we're playing on the same pitch, because when we looked at the second innings, some of the balls stayed down when Pakistan was batting. A few balls stayed down as well when we were batting. So, as you know, right now in Mountain is very hot and the pitches are very dry. So it'll be interesting to see. I can't really say what, in my opinion, would be the best way out in terms of bowling on a pitch like that. But if we do play on the same pitch, I would definitely say keep it straight at the stumps and let the batsman make the mistake. Pressure is not easy to blast out batsmen on a wicket like that. So I guess building pressure would be the main objective in terms of getting wickets.
All right, Shamar, I'm not seeing any more indications of questions via the Zoom. However, I do have a couple questions here on WhatsApp that I'd like to put to you. The first one is, just how special was that Shea Hope innings?
Oh, that was definitely a masterclass. Being at the next end, and watching him do his thing. We all know what he's capable of, but I think in this innings, even before he was in the one-day side, and seeing him really express himself after around 60 odd or so, and moving up to 80, 85 just before he got out. I mean, to me, he showed the difference in why he is performing the way he does at this level, and I would hope that he continues to go on from strength to strength.
All right, I see a raised hand from Joel Bailey. So before I go back to any WhatsApp questions, Joel, you may proceed.
Hi, good day. Hoping all is well with you all.
Hi, Joel.
Hi, good day. Yes, I know you were in Pakistan for the T20 series. I know you're back for the ODI series. Are the conditions, despite the heat, are the pitch conditions the same? And do you think that this time you spent in Pakistan in December will serve you in good stead during this series?
Yeah, I think the pitches are definitely similar. I know different grounds. We played in Karachi when we were here in December, and now we're playing here in Moulton. But definitely similar conditions in terms of the pitch. Not much pace in it, very good for batting. And yeah, I mean, it's my third time here. I've been here I was here when I was a youth player back in 2019. That was in 2006. And yeah, as I said earlier, it's just about continuing to learn and take these experiences under your belt and keep growing.
All right, Brooklyn, I have another question here, just asking about the conditions here in Pakistan. How tough was it batting that long in those conditions?
Yeah, I mean, when Shea and I, we lost Cal early, so Shea and I had a pretty big partnership, and we realized that it was actually pretty hard in the first half an hour batting. I mean, our communication was good. We decided that when it's a short single, we wouldn't push as hard and try to save as much energy to take it as deep as possible for the team. But it has been pretty challenging. the first session of play. I mean, coming on to the back end where it cools down a bit. Not saying it gets much easier, but it's cooler than that first session of play.
And the final question that I have is about the off-the-field arrangements in terms of security, and how much do you enjoy just being in Pakistan?
Well, there's no doubt about how secure we are, in my opinion. I mean, security here has been doing a fantastic job. These guys are making sure that we're extremely safe in these conditions, and I mean, there are no complaints at all about this tour thus far, barring the heat. But I guess we're here to play cricket, and we're going to put that behind us and do what we have to do as professionals.
Thank you, Shamar. If no raised hands within the next 5 seconds or so, I could say that we will end today's engagement. On behalf of Cricket West Indies and the team here on the ground, I want to say thanks to all of the media personnel. Obviously, with the time difference, as I mentioned before, it's a little bit difficult to coordinate these, but we will be back in the Caribbean soon with you for the Bangladesh series as well. And Shamar, I just want to say thank you for taking time out again to answer the questions. Everyone, enjoy the rest of your evening, and looking forward to hosting you again soon.
Thanks for having me, guys. Cheers.